So this is my new thing. I'm going to scratch off tickets, and we'll talk about stock market. Just probably once a week on a weekend, just to relax. In this ticket, I got two $20 tickets and four $30 tickets. So in this ticket, you have to uncover a win to win that spot automatically. I just bought Etsy, and I have my reasons. I've gotten mostly some not negative, but people who are a little more bearish than me on Etsy. Okay, so we're looking for that win symbol. The reason I like Etsy is because they're different. Like, you can't really compete with Amazon. They're just too big. They're too powerful. What makes Etsy different is that it's really specialized, the products. Like, a lot of it is handmade, and it's kind of like very artistic, the products. When you go to like eBay or Amazon or really any e-commerce company, it's just about mass. People selling like a ton of products. Like, they have like 10,000 products in stock of something. So it's really about it's kind of like going to a supermarket. Okay, that's a chest. That's not a winner. If you want to buy like high quality beef, Chris, what's up? What do you think of the scratch off thing? I know some people said, "Oh, they didn't like it," but it is hard to kind of relax when the camera's in your face, and sometimes I kind of lose my train of thought, and I can't like think of things exactly, and you got to fill in the time. This is kind of like just a way to like do something and talk about stocks. Hey, Byron. And I don't really care if someone says, "Oh, I would never buy scratch-off tickets," and you're wasting your money. It's just really entertainment. It's just for fun. I'm not obviously doing this to make money. I think most people who do scratch-offs are just doing it for entertainment. They're not doing this for a living. So now this one, you have to match a number, or you can get a match any of your numbers, uncover a win 100, you win 100 automatically. You uncover 200, win 200 instantly. So we're looking for either a number match or 100 or 200. I guess that's the name of the ticket, 100, 200. I saw on your Twitter you used a lot of scratch-off tickets. Yeah, I used to do scratch-offs on my old channel. That's all I did was scratch-offs. And then it just got kind of boring, I guess. I mean, it was a little expensive to just keep buying scratchers. But, if you do something long enough, you eventually can't stand it. It's kind of like anything in life. Like, so, there was a good quote. Somebody said, "If you love something, just do it for a living. Eventually, you'll hate it." And I think that's kind of true. It's kind of like marriage in a way, Not that you'll hate it, but like, it's just the excitement fades. And you just have to accept that it's never going to be like it was the first month. Okay, so we got, I think you could see it, right? 32, 18, 46, 14, 19, 41, 36, 3. So what's Etsy trading at? I don't know. Can you see the Yahoo Finance screen? Well, now you can see it. Let's see. Etsy is trading at 63. So, okay, the numbers don't go that high. I mean, I don't usually look at prior stock prices as my indicator to buy or sell. But hey, David. But of course, I like to look. And if you're buying something at an all-time high, I'm not saying that's a bad investment, but you generally want to buy when it's probably not an all-time high. You probably want to buy when it's on a pullback, or maybe before other people realize it. So Etsy was 300 at the peak, and now it's trading. Well, it's 25 IPO, so it's about up 150% since IPO. So if you bought it in the beginning, you're doing okay. You're not struggling, but you were crushing it at one point, up, what is it, 25, up like 1,200%. So of course you'd be pissed off now because it went from 1,200% to 150% profit. But I do like the big pullback, and although I don't think their numbers are great, I think they're good. I feel comfortable when a company is generating positive free cash flow every year, positive operating cash flow. They don't really have much CapEx spend. Etsy is an e-commerce company. It's I would compare it to eBay in terms of size, but it's really specialized. It's a lot of people who create their own, like they make jewelry, they sew things. It's not all handmade, but that's really the draw. They do have sellers who buy mass merchandise, but it's really focused on people who are investing in kind of unique things, not like you buy a dress and that dress was sold 1 million times. If you buy a dress in a big box store, but if you buy a dress on here, it probably wasn't. Nobody else has that dress, so that's the appeal. And no matter how big Amazon gets, they'll never be able to wipe out this company, because this company will have its fair share of customers who like their products, and Amazon will never be this specialized. It's kind of like what I was saying, like if you want to buy like a really good cut of steak, you could go to your local supermarket. I'm sure they have plenty of quality steaks, but you're probably more likely to get a high quality cut if you go to a butcher. So you can always get, like, if you want to buy a watch, you can just go to like Macy's, I guess, and they sell like watches and they sell everything. But if you go to a watch store, chances are they know watches really well because that's all they sell. What is the market cap? Well, it's definitely come down a lot, but it's not a small company. 7.4 billion. So I would say it's a small cap. But I mean, anything, like I tell people, don't invest in anything below 1 billion unless you have a ton of due diligence and you really understand the company well. But 7 billion is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, it's definitely not a big company, but at one point it was, I guess, four times. So it was almost 30 billion market cap. And revenue 1.7 billion to 2.7 billion. It's a nice growth. And they're not an acquisition company. Like, I'm sure they acquire companies, but they're really about organic growth. As you can see, cash flow positive. And they don't have CapEx. Like, it's very minimal CapEx spend. So they're just reinvesting the money back into the business. They don't pay a dividend. They buy back stock, of course. But people, like, I told my wife, I was like, guess what company I just bought? And then she's like, why don't you just buy like Costco? We're up so much in Costco. We're up a lot in Apple. And I said, well, it would be better to buy those stocks before they've tripled in the past year or doubled in the past year. Like Costco, we're up 150%, and it doubled nearly in 1 year. So I'm like, so at what point, like, you don't have to always buy something just because it's going up and you've done well with it. But we obviously understand the market differently than the average investor. Is that clear? I feel like that's not so clear. Can you see that? Is it okay? So let's go back. So 32, 18, 46, 14, 19, 41, 36, 3. Those are our winning numbers. 15. Did anybody ever see that show, 15? It was on Nickelodeon, the TV show 15. Ryan Reynolds was in that show because he's Canadian. And when he became popular, I was like, oh, that's the guy from 15. 13, 12, 31. Okay. So yeah, so Etsy is not, it's not my usual investment, but I'm looking for a 4 or 5 bagger, and I just can't see a 4 or 5 bagger with the companies like a Costco. It's just gone up so much, and I don't know, maybe it'll double, but I mean, obviously I'm hoping it goes up, but and it's hit and miss, these an investment like Etsy. I just don't see much downside. That's the thing. I could see it trading sideways for a number of years. 1, 17, my lucky number. So we're still looking for 32, 18. We're not looking for 28. 44. We have 14. 7. So what other stocks do you guys, I mean, we could jump to stocks anytime if there's any stocks you want to talk about. It's hard. It's hard because you keep second guessing yourself, and you like something, then you hear negative news about it, and then you kind of feel less confident about it. 4. So these are the numbers we're looking for. 32, 18, 46, 14, 19, 41, 36, 3. I feel like scratch offs is like alcohol for me. Like I could sit and drink by myself, but I'd rather do it on a live stream. I feel less embarrassed, or it's just more fun than just to sit and do it by myself. 26. I saw Toyota and Dell are up a lot this year after trading sideways. Yeah, Dell is up. I didn't realize Toyota was up that much. I guess I haven't been tracking auto companies. It was a pretty big pullback. Because it's gone nowhere. I remember, in 20. It's really God, Sheesh. Okay. So it fell to 150 just 2 years ago, or even 2023 it was 150, which wasn't far off 2007. So 17 years of nothing. And finally, almost 2 decades, it finally broke the 200 barrier. So this year it's not really up much this year because it started the year at 250. Well, let me go to January 1st. Yeah, okay, so it started the year at 187. It did get up to 250, and then it's been regressing, so it's coming back. That happens a lot. Alex, what's up? Well, Alex knows about Amazon. So what do you think about Etsy? So this year, it's only up maybe 10%, but it's north of 200 in January 2023. Yeah, since January, it's up like what, 30%, 40%. That's pretty good. But Dell is doing really well. When you compare stocks, it gives you percentages, which is nice. Dell's up a ton. In 2 years, Dell is. Let's go back 5 years. Yeah, Dell. Wow. Yeah, Dell was trading sideways for like 20 years. So in 5 years, Dell is up 460%. TM is 85%. In 2 years, TM 30%, Dell 230%. Yeah, 2023, Dell did really well. 2024, no, it's up 122% this year. So it like doubled in 2023, and it doubled again in 2024. And 2024 is only 5 months complete. Yeah, they've been really killing it, Dell. AI helped them a lot. The thing is, the stocks that go up on AI, they're going to come back. It's just like the dot-com era when stocks were going through the roof. AI doesn't lead to much sales. For a majority of the companies, it's not going to lead to much in terms of revenue. But there are companies, like, of course, NVIDIA is the biggest beneficiary. And I think Meta and those big tech companies that are going to make a ton from AI. But other companies, they say AI is going to replace, we're not going to need blue collar jobs as much. We're not going to need that. But it's hard to implement this kind of thing. Like if you tell like just an insurance company, they don't need as many sales agents, like they're going to have a hard time figuring out how to use AI. A big tech company can figure it out. A Meta, an Amazon, they can figure that stuff out. But when you have just a regular company, like an insurance company, a bank, a hardware store, they're not going to really know how to use AI. It's kind of like the internet. When the internet came out, it was life-changing. It was like, but how do people make money on it? It took a really long time for people to figure out how to make money. And not that many companies made money. Sure, a good number did, but a majority ended up going bankrupt. 24, no. 34, no. What are your thoughts on? I like PDD a lot. They're doing really, really well. And Baba too, but and I did pretty good in Baba. I made like 50%. I ended up selling it 45. It's just hard to invest in Chinese stocks. They don't really go up much as they should. 29, 9, 23. So nothing. Let me scan it. I'll double check. What do you think of growing like a weed, no pun intended? Because they work with a lot of farmers, weeds. I'm doing a live stream on Victor's channel tomorrow. Victor shorted NVIDIA. He sold shares short just a couple of days ago. So he's already up 5%. But I don't know if I can do that. I think it's a little too risky. Yeah, that's not a winner. The trend is your friend. It could be your worst enemy too, especially if you're short. But yeah, PDD is just growing like hotcakes. What's the opposite of hotcakes? Cold pie. The PDD. It's up 129% the past year, PDD. It's up almost 200% in 2 years. And 600% in 5 years. But look at their revenue growth. Look at it. This is in Chinese yuan. It's hard to say. So 60 billion. So about 60 divided by 7 is $8.5 billion US dollars. So you could, but we'll just do the Chinese. 60 to nearly 100. Then 130, then 250. Look at, and the trailing 12 months almost 300 billion. 300 billion, 300 divided by 7 is 30, 40, 42 billion US dollars. It's not a bad number, 42 billion. Where's my quarter? I remember on my old channel, I can't find a quarter. I started with a lot of different topics. Like I started, it was called Fun Uber Games. So what I did was I drove Uber, and then I would make it like a game show, like Cash Cab. I don't know if you see Cash Cab, but so now we're looking for. I got 2 of these tickets, a win symbol. So I would ask people trivia questions, and every question they got right, they get $5. I did like 7 or 8 of those videos, and then I don't think I got any subs from it. Maybe like 5. Like no one watched those videos. And then I did like street interviews where I would go on the streets and just, it was trivia questions, like a lot of like silly trivia questions, and everything they got right, they would get $5. Same thing. So I would just go walk up to people, ask them questions, and then give them cash as a prize. I did a few of those videos, not many, like 2 or 3, because the guy I met on Craigslist. He was really into it in the beginning, but then I kind of didn't hear from him for a while. Because I wasn't paying him. I bought him lunch, but I wasn't making any money from it. So I guess the agreement was, if I made any money, maybe we could split it. But there was really no agreement. We never really talked about money. He just finished film school, so he just wanted to do filming. So just gave him an opportunity to do that. So now we got 4, 28, 32. These are all multiples of 4. Because 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 7 is 28, 4 times 8 is 32, 4 times 2 is 8. They're all divisible by 4. Not anymore now. 13, that's a prime number. 15, 27, and 18. Do you have any thoughts on the solar sector? What you mean? Like solar, like solar panels for your home, or do you mean like EV charging stations? Because I don't know. I like the idea of solar, just as a consumer, and I think it's good for the environment. But I don't think it's hard to make money on those types of things. It's hard. It's like kind of like building EVs, electric vehicles. It's like it's hard to make money. It's good. It's great for the environment, and I'm sure they're great cars. But it's just, yeah, I don't see this much. It's hard to scale. It's hard to, as an investment, I don't think they're that good. I want to make a video. Oh, first one, 8. I want to make a video on how to identify a good investment in terms of like on a more of a higher level. Because I think the way, I don't know, because the way I think about it, investing or business, because I'm always looking to buy another business. I always look for small businesses for sale. 3. And you need obviously you need profits, like fundamentally, you need to have revenue and profits, like on a fundamental level. But you could be losing money on a business, but it's still a good investment because maybe the future of the business is like, and how do you know if the future of a business will be good? Especially if they're losing money. And that's what that's what I think I understand. And I wanted to try to make a video on that. Like, for instance, like my friend is always asking me, oh, would you want to buy this business? Because he doesn't have the money to buy a business, but I said, I'll fund a business maybe, and you could run it. And like, for instance, there's a franchise that just opened up, or at least a franchise we just saw for the first time. Oh, look at that, another winner, 32. So we got 8 and 32. It's called Stretch Lab. And I just started going last month, and I actually really enjoy it. They just stretch you, and which seems like you can do that by yourself, right? But it's kind of like working out. You could do anything by yourself, but will you do it? 2, 11. And I like the idea of it, and I think there's going to be demand and it's different too. It's not just another place. It's not just another gym. Like there's a lot of gyms, and I don't even enjoy the gym. I like working out at home actually. But I think it's good to own as a franchisee, like an individual owning a business. But in terms of investment, I don't think it's good. Like, I owned a franchise. It was a math tutoring center. And I think a lot of businesses are great to own because you're buying a job. I can talk about Mathnasium because I owned it for a decade. But when you buy a small business, especially if you buy a franchise, you're kind of you're buying yourself a job. Usually, the person who buys the business runs it, and that's their salary. And you could make a good salary. I actually made a lot of money, a lot more than I thought I'd make from doing a franchise. Why do they? What do they do? That's pretty much all they do is they stretch you, and you'd be surprised how, especially when you get older like me. When I was in my 20s, I didn't care about that stuff. But now I'm like, I get injured a lot easier than I used to. I'm not as like nimble. This is it. They just stretch you. And when I was younger, when I used to stretch, I used to always hurt myself, especially like my inner thigh. Like I always try to stretch, like I was always trying to do a split. So I would always stretch my legs where I could do it, but I would get hurt a lot. But they're stretching you. And another thing is when you stretch yourself, you could only go so far. And they do it where they can stretch you to a level where it doesn't hurt, but you're getting a full stretch. And it's just like going to the gym. Like, I know I can do this at home, but I don't a lot. But this is kind of motivating me. And I'm actually learning what to do at home. So yeah, that's all it is. It's a franchise. It has I don't know how many locations. Probably a couple of hundred. Because there's like 3 in my town alone. How many stretch labs are there? So 400 plus across North America, 900. Oh, wow. So they license it globally. Did anything get anywhere after all these years with Chase and the scam? Yeah, I got my money back. Chick-fil-A, that's a good franchise. I did get my money back. It was a long, painful process. But fortunately, I got it back. I'm kind of relentless. But if you want to talk more about business, I just started working at this company 6 weeks ago. They're a real estate developer, and we own. I don't know if I could tell you actually what we own. Well, we currently own. I guess I could tell you what we currently own, but I don't think I could tell you what we're going to buy because some of these companies are publicly traded. But we currently own 6 subways. We used to own 90 subways at our peak, but they sold off most of the subways to they're investing in bigger projects. But I'm learning a lot because I never really got into the nitty gritty of developing the properties. It's really interesting. Like I just bought a business and then, leased it out. Like paid the owner of the property a monthly payment. They just and that's how a lot of businesses do it. They just lease out the premises for like $3,000 a month. Or I paid like $6,000 a month. But we're doing that where we're finding land, then we're building out the property, putting a structure, a building, and then leasing it out. We might we might lease it out to a hotel, a restaurant. It could be fast food. Could be. So we got 2 winners on this ticket. At the end, I'll just do all the winners. I'll do the prizes. I don't really like the crossword so much, but I got it. It's $30 ticket. So you have to scratch off your letters. So I think scalability is really important. So like, for instance, Stretch Lab, the reason I'm not saying I would not invest in it, but in terms of scalability and making a good profit, I don't think it's so great because it has to be a one-on-one thing. Like every stretch, you have to have someone there stretching you. And the reason I say it's hard to scale is because when you're like in a, say you go to a gym and there's a kickboxing class and there's 15 people in the class following the instructor in front. That's a scale. That's great for scalability because you can have a lot of people for one employee. And sure, they do pay less. Maybe they pay $10 a session for a kickboxing class, and then the stretch thing is a lot more per session. But still, you could bring in $1,000 of revenue or $300 of revenue for 1 hour, one employee hour versus like a one-on-one. You can't charge someone $1,000 an hour for a one-on-one stretch. It's not like you're going to a law firm. So that makes it a little harder for scalability. Because when I had a math tutoring center, we used to have 3 to 5 kids per instructor. So even if I got real busy, so the letters. So the letters, our letters, because we want to make words, is IQFNVZLYTA SR JPC BXOKD. So those are our letters. And we have to make words. So there's bonus words. So guitar. We don't even have a G in our letters. So we can't even get guitar. Right? I don't see a G. So I'm just going to cross it out. Okay, the next word is shield. We have S. We don't have H. These other prize boxes are multipliers. So if we get like a win, if we win $50, then the multiplier may be, if it's X1 multiplier, then we get 50. But if it's a double multiplier, we'd win $100 instead of 50. That's the multiplier down here at the bottom. These are the prize boxes for these particular words, which we didn't get, so it doesn't matter anyway. Is there a first on visions of medieval stretching table? Wait, what does that mean? Is there a first? So yeah, so I didn't like the idea that you can only do one-on-one. But that doesn't. I didn't throw it out the window for that. But that was one negative. I do like the specialty part of the business. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just cross out. We don't have a G. Right? No J. So it kind of eliminates a bunch of words. Okay, let's see. There is a T. We don't have a U. I'm doing this backwards. I should just scratch it. I always play Wordle every day. My win percentage is 98%. Okay. Alarm. ALAR. There's no M. No U. Roll. RO. So we got roll. So the real estate developer, we're in like, I came in at a pretty good time because we're in the early stages. We're developing about 6 or 7 properties. Only one is currently developed with tenants in it. And so we're getting payments, lease payments, kind of like a dividend from those businesses. But it takes about a year, sometimes 2 years to develop a property. And it could cost anywhere from $1 million to $20 million, depending on the size of the property and the complexity. But I really enjoy it. I'm learning a lot, and I'm surprised because usually I hate pretty much every job I've been at. So it's good that I like it. Because pretty much every job I've been at, there's at least one person that I can't stand. At least one. Usually it's like 1 or 2. And you just can't stand them. Everything they say bothers you. And no matter how much you try to ignore it and not let it get to you, you still, like, they could say good morning to you, and you're like, God, that's such an asshole. The way they say good morning is so sarcastic. No matter what they say. I cheat after the 3rd word. I don't look up the answer. I just search for 5 letters with specific letters. 5 words with. What do you cheat? How do you cheat? I cheat after the 3rd word. Well, it's not really cheating. I mean, it's a strategy. I have different strategies too. Sometimes if I don't get it after 4, Wild Gummo, what's up? Did you ever see that movie Gummo? That was Harmony Korine. So without having an E, it kind of takes away. You need to get, if you get 3 words, it's just a ticket. And then after each word above that, you win money. And then you get the multiplier, so you can get even more. So yeah, the goal is 3 words. OWN. There's no W. So I don't think this is going to be anything. YO. Oh, G. No G. Pass. PASS. So we just need one more word to at least get a ticket. And once you get a ticket, you can't get a multiplier. Hey, Kevin. Well, it's been a while. How's it going? LIE. There's no E. So I think that's it. I think that's all the words. Does anybody have a dog? My dog is 15. And just in the past 6 months, past 6 months, he went from like extremely healthy to like now he has arthritis, so he can't walk that well. And he's just tired all the time. He doesn't really have much energy. It's kind of sad. Okay, that's nothing. I still have 4 more $30 tickets. So yeah, I'm looking for something to like 3 or 4x in 2 years. And buying stocks, that's what I like to hear. And I can't see like a Microsoft tripling. And my wife, because this is her account that I bought it out of, and she's like, well, isn't it, are you sure Etsy is okay? And I said, well, if you want safety, just put it in the money market funds. I don't know. There's no way I can predict. If I knew even what was going to double, I would put all my money in that stock. But who knows? It's there's 3 games. I thought there was 2. So ask ASK A. Okay, the first word we got. That's pretty good. And she was just investing $5,000, so it was kind of like she wasn't looking to get like she was just she asked me to invest it in something that would go up a lot. Like she was willing to take the risk. And then when I put it in something that I think is risky with potential to go up a lot, and I don't see that much downside, then she questions it. Torian has just been a terrible, terrible stock. Have they rebounded at all? I mean, the stock price is just... There's nothing wrong with Torian. I'm just saying it just hasn't come up at a lot. And I know, like, they have great prospects, but it's just been getting crushed. When Torian is Sharif Suki's. Like, I wouldn't invest in I wouldn't put half my money in like in an Etsy. But if you just look, it's like what I'm doing with these scratch off tickets. I'm not really expecting to like, make a lot of money. I don't think this is going to fund my retirement, these scratch off tickets. I'm just kind of doing it for fun. So they're founded in 2016. When did it IPO? It went public. Torian entered into a merger with petroleum company Magellan. Other early investors, including French oil company, total 20. After 1 year operation, Torian went public. So it looks like 2017 they went public. So this is why people look at this stuff and they don't realize. I think these prices from 2014. It wasn't even a company in 2014. They found in 2016. It was a different company. And I think they just acquired this company and did a reverse merger. It's just an easy way to go public because it's hard to go public naturally. You need, a a lot of revenue, a lot of money. But the easiest way to go public is to buy a public company, and then you become public. If you're a private company and you want to be publicly traded, it's pretty expensive. There's a lot of fees and rules, but you could just acquire another company. That's pretty much what a SPAC is. It's a reverse merger. A private company buys a public company. It's just a shell of a company. There's no operations in a SPAC before it gets acquired. Sharif Suki is pretty well known. He founded Cheniere Energy, but he was fired. Imagine, Carl Icahn, who you probably have heard of, pretty significant investor. So he founded Torian in 2016, Sharif Suki with Martin Houston, and then Carl Icahn got him kicked off. Because when you have your own business, it's a private business. Nobody could tell you what to do. Of course, no one can fire you, but no one could even tell you what to do. Even your customers, you don't have to listen to them. But when you go public, you're an employee of the company. Even if you're a CEO or president, you're just an employee. So anybody can. So you get fired. But yeah, so stock is getting hammered. So it looks like they did a reverse merger. I guess they started out here at 18 or maybe at 10, I don't know. But now they're like at 50 cents. But I remember people used to go nuts about Torian. They used to get so pissed off at me if I said anything remotely negative. Okay, let's see. Sonic. S-O-N. Oh, another word. 2 for 2. All we need is 3 words to get a ticket. Adverb. Imagine we get 9 words, $500,000. And then we just need the multiplier. And we can get like 1 million. This is a fast spot. So if we got a 500, we'd win 500 automatically. I'm losing my voice. Asman, what's up? Look, we're 2 for 2. Adverb. A-D-V. Oh, there's no E. Damn it. We're doing so well. Adverb. Well, there's no E. Tony Hawk. I enjoy watching your Torian videos. Oh, thanks. It's just hard to do a live stream and come up with things to say. So this just gives me something to do while we talk about stocks. And I do enjoy scratch-off tickets. And I tell people the only reason, not the only reason, but a main reason I was so good at math as a kid was gambling. Because I used to always just do the math, try to count cards, try to figure out all any game I would do the calculations, the odds, probability. It was just fun to do. And then, of course, when I turned 21, I started going to casinos. I never really made much money. I did make money a few times. I did go when I was 17. I went and played blackjack in Atlantic City. My friend was over 21 and I actually won when I was 17, but then when I got older, let's see, there's no E. Damn, we could really use an E. No E. Oh, bonus words. Well, there's E's in both of them, so so no E. Transform usage. Does anybody like this? The scratchers? I'm sure you've played scratch offs before, but so when I started my YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel, I had a Uber, and I would drive people around in my Uber and ask them trivia questions, and if they got a question right, it would be silly questions, not just strict trivia. I came up with my own game. So I said to somebody, like, if they were in the car, obviously I asked them if they want to be on the game show, and then like one of the ways to win $5, I would give them a word, and I don't know, I'm like, say trumpet, and I would say call a friend, but you have to put on speaker and get them to say the word trumpet, but you can't obviously say that. They're online. If you go to, it's called Fun Uber Games. My first 10 videos were me doing this game show. So they would have to talk to their friend to get them to say the word trumpet, but they couldn't say trumpet. So they would kind of lead them towards that. Yeah, I was part of the scratching community because I did it for over a year. So I knew a lot of the people who did this. And it grew decently because I didn't get any viewers or subs from all my other concepts. Then I started scratching, and then I was starting to get subs. So I just stuck with scratching tickets. Even though it's called Fun Uber Games, I just kept the name. But then, you get bored after a while of something. So motto, M-O-T-T-O. There's no M. Right, there's no M. Damn it. We got the first two. But I've done a lot of things like that. And even though it doesn't develop into, most of the time, it doesn't develop into anything significant. It's just, you got to learn. You can't just always say, oh, I want to do this. You just do it. Obviously, well, one thing I lost a lot of money was I bought vending machines. I bought these vending machines and I put them in businesses. And then, so I lost a lot of money because the company I bought the vending machines from, they filed bankruptcy before they delivered the machines to me. I bought 4 machines from them, and I paid them for the 4, and they only delivered 2. No, 5 machines, and they only delivered 2. But they went bankrupt, and there was a lot of people who were trying to get their money back, but there was just no money to get. I just did Uber for 6 months. It was actually at the peak of Mathnasium. I was doing the best. That was my heyday when I was making the most money. I had the most students. So I was pulling back my schedule. So I wasn't working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I was getting a little bored. yeah, I don't really care about the vending machines. It's just, you live, you learn, it's just, I'm not even mad at the guy who sold it to me. A lot of people hate him, but just part of the process. You can't, it's like losing money in a stock. You can't just be depressed all the time because you lost money in the stock. As much as I hate it, and I still hate it, certain stocks piss me off, but you gotta just move forward and you learn. Let's see, aunt. There's no you. Shit. But I thought the Uber thing was a good idea. I'm not that outgoing. It's hard. It's hard to be really entertaining. As much as we'd want to, you want to be more personable, outgoing, have a lot of friends, but it's not easy, and not everybody's an extrovert. Okay. Potato. P-O-T-A-T-O. P-O-T-A. Another word. We got 3. So at minimum we get our money back. When are you gonna share? When I'm gonna share it, when I get 40,000 subs. Every 10,000 subs, I do a portfolio reveal. I'm looking forward to doing it because it went up so much the past 6 months. So I feel better about it. Because at one point, I think in 2021, like I was getting crushed in everything. My meta was down. I was up like 150% on meta, and then I was down like 30%. Now I'm up 220% on that same meta. Well, yeah, pets I'm down like 40%, 50%. Appseller I'm down like 40, 50%. But that's it. Everything else I'm up. No, I didn't sell. No W. Damn it. A-B-L-E. Oh, there's no E. And we're doing so good. L-O-W. No W. A-I. Oh, there's no M. Damn it. Oh, at least we got our money back. Distinct. D-I-S-T-I-N-C. We got a 4th word. One, two, three, 4. We got 4 words. I am at break even on my GameStop. You bought GameStop? Was it recently you bought it? I'm assuming it was recently, right? Or did you buy it like years ago? We got 4. This is exciting. Okay. Growth. Wait, there's no G, right? Yeah, there's no G. No G. Dip. D-I-P. D-I-P. So that's a word, dip. Did anybody ever dip before? Chewing tobacco? What's the story behind I got scammed? Well, watch the video. Somebody hacked into my bank account and stole $27,000. And then Chase, well, watch the video. It'll show you everything. F-O-O-W. F. There's no L. Oh, L. Oh, no W. No W. Icon. ICON. Is anybody as excited as I am? I'm is in. How is it? I did chewing tobacco for like a month. Because my friend, I went to the Hamptons and my friend chewed tobacco, so I tried it, and it gives you like a buzz, but I don't know. I don't even like smoking. So, family. There's no M. Transfer. TRANSF. Oh, there's no E. So yeah, Victor from Victor H Investing, he shorted NVIDIA. So we're doing a live stream tomorrow. And we're talking about shorting stocks. And so we definitely won at least 40 on this ticket, but there's a multiplier. So we'll save this for the end. So far, I got 2 winning numbers. I got an 8 here. And 30. So I got the 8 here, which it would be nice if it was 100 or 200. And then I know we got another number. I can't find it though. Oh, 32. I have this thing where I like to scratch off every single thing except the winning thing, and then at the very end. Scratch it off. What I used to do is I used to do New York. New York was good. There's a lot more to do in New York than California, at least where I live in California. It's very convenient. Well, I grew up in Staten Island, so it's kind of suburban Staten Island, but Manhattan. I lived in Manhattan for a while, and that's much more things to do. Yeah, Pete Davidson lived in the same neighborhood as me. I didn't know him, but he in Gray Kills, New York. I don't want to scratch off the bottom because it's the barcode, and if I scratch it off, then somebody can steal my money. I'm thinking from Toronto to someplace quieter. Well, it's really the business. I was looking to buy the math tutoring franchise business, and we were just visiting my wife's family in Northern California. because the mathnasium is in Southern California, the headquarters. So we were just we went to the headquarters, and then it's called Discovery Day. It's just part of the process. So went to Discovery Day. Yeah, you need to go to Dollar General to see what America is about. Was a good stock. Yeah, that was Dollar General. They really focus on the rural, small towns, like with below 20,000 people. So they did really well. They have a really good business model. Okay. Sequel. SE. Of course, there's no Q. Oh, Q. U. E. Oh, damn it. So close. Oh, so close. There's no L. There's no L. There's no L. There's no. We gotta get rid of all the words with an L in it. Okay, I'm just getting rid of all the words with L in it. I'm the first stock market scratch off ticket channel. Not much demand for a channel that does scratch offs in stock market. Okay. Let's see. So rewind. There's no R. S. There's no R. No R. Yeah, I want to go to Toronto. I went to college in Buffalo, so we were right. We used to go over the border all the time, because there's only like a 15-minute drive to Canada, and you could be 19 and drink. Where in New York it was 21. No R. This is probably not going to be a winner because the last ticket was a winner. No R. Surge. Thor. What's Thor? No R. So yeah, Nvidia is going to be it's going to beat Apple soon. I mean, we should all be putting our money in Nvidia because it just keeps going up. No matter what happens, it goes up. Or okay, I think that's all the R's. So that knocked out gamblers that do just as much research, stock pickers. Well, I just bought Etsy today. Well, I put an order in for Monday. Page. There's no P. No P. No P. Oh yeah, I'm sure. What professional gamblers? Do you mean on gambling on like sports or like stuff like this, scratch offs? Wait, what letter was I just working on? I can't remember what letter I was just working on. Okay, T E A. Okay, that's a winner. The first word. Oh, Thor. Okay, let's put THAW. Another word. Well, that's what you meant when you said Thor. Oh, P. Okay. No P. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Well, at least somebody's paying attention. And I could do this with no shirt on because it's hot. And when I do videos, I have to wear a shirt. Yeah, the scratch offs. The thing with the scratch offs is I got a lot more views, but you don't get paid that much per view. Oh, 850. Wow, almost at 1 million. OWN. OW. So there's no N. No N, right? No N. I got to do the fast 500. So no N, right? OW. OWN. OWN. wonder if I should do this. Yeah, no shirts. That would get viewers. Certain kind of male viewers, maybe. So no N. Yeah, but it's so hard. Like JD could have been better, but can't comment much as much as you, the boss. No, I'm just learning like you. We're all just learning. Well, what do you mean JD could have been better? You mean the stock? You mean my video or the stock price? Effort. E F F O. Oh, there's no R. There's no R. There's no C or R. Right? There's no C. Chef. No C. So this is nothing. Only got 2 words. No C or R. Oh, better than Etsy? Yeah, maybe. If it wasn't Chinese, it's so risky, these Chinese stocks. CR. Oh, so what I used to do is I used to buy scratchers and then give all the money away. So there'd be raffles, like drawings. So I do. One video I gave away like almost $400 because I only gave away what I won. So if I won on the tickets, I would give it all away. But it was still hard to grow. I've just accepted the fact that I'll never be that big of a channel. It's just too hard. Like I'll never get to like 1 million subs or 1 million views in a video. Trio. Oh, there's no R. Obey. O-B-E. There's no Y. Zoom. There's a word. That's a stock. Z-O-O-M. So I have 2 winners. Kid. K-I-D. Zoom Kid. Oh, there's no C, right? S-I-N-K. There's no Y. S-I. There's no N. Vest. V-E-S-T. And T is a word. Oh, we just need one more. Oh, that's lag. There's no L, right? There's no L. Okay. So let me scan it. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, that's not a winner. So 2 more tickets. No one cared who Ron Kitty was until Jimmy hit. He was posting about 6+. Yeah, I know. He did really well. Smart guy. Okay, so this game, uncover a prize in any bonus box, win that prize automatically. Oh, so I like the simple. The simple, the better. Okay, key. That's not a prize. Clover. Coin. Apple. Bonus. Safe. Uncover a prize in any bonus box. So that's not prize, I guess. It just says bonus. Oh, they all say bonus. Okay, I guess that's nothing. Okay, so now your number, winning number. If your number matches the winning number, you win a prize shown. You could also get 2x, 5x, 10x, 20x, or 50x. The multiplier. 27, 37, 17, 21. Doesn't look like anything. Nothing. Right? I don't see anything. I'm going to just scan it, make sure. Okay. I'm going to do a video on Zim, hopefully in a few days. Zim had a great first quarter. They brought their dividend back. The stock is up a lot. I didn't think it would come back, the stock, but it's doing really well. Okay, so we're looking for a price. I wish the setup was a little user-friendly. Maybe this wasn't a great idea, these scratch-off tickets. Well, we still have 2 winning tickets. The first ticket was a winner, and the third ticket was a winner. 6 tickets. Look at that. Oh, no. I thought they were both 4s. Damn. Okay. So that's nothing, right? 30, 53, 25. Okay. Those never work. Once I won 500. I've definitely lost a lot more than I won, but I did win 500 once, 400 twice. I think you can make more money on this than penny stocks. No, I don't really do Powerball. I don't know. I like scratch-offs. I don't really like those other ones. I have bought regular lottery tickets, but okay. So who wants to talk about Zim? So we have 2 winners. But for penny stocks, you got to do due diligence. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So this ticket, we guaranteed. Can you see? You can see that, okay, right? We could talk. We could say what? We could say we talk. Why did you buy Etsy? Well, the reason I like Etsy is because they're specialized. No matter how big Amazon gets, people will go to Etsy because they do something different. It's unique. It's kind of like if you're a supermarket and then Walmart comes into your town, they might take you out of business because they have everything you have but more. But if you're a butcher shop and you sell specialty cuts of meat, then you do something different. So I think their business model is so specialized. I think they'll always be around, and I think they'll eventually pay a dividend. Plus, they're always profitable. They always generate positive cash flow, which is you don't see that too often with companies that are trading. They're like 80% below their all-time high. I mean, I know people don't like doing it, but you want to try to buy a stock that's not at its 52-week high. But people love buying stocks when they're extremely overvalued, when they're trading at all-time highs. People love NVIDIA now. But they hate stocks that are trading at all-time lows or 52-week lows because they think it'll go lower. I don't think there's much downside. Ask. So that's ASK. Okay. And then Sonic. SONIC. Potato. POTATO. Yeah, NVIDIA is really doing well. It's a shame. Etsy's the acquisition target. When you're profitable, it makes it it's much more appealing when you're a profitable business and they're profitable. Distinct. DISTINCT. So minimum is $40. So it depends on the multiplier. Hopefully they'll get a big multiplier, like a 10x. Okay, that's all it goes. Let's get a big multiplier. Of course, 1x. So it's $40. Yeah, $40. One more winner. So I spent $140. I won $40. I was looking at Canadian stock, MG. 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 This one, Mistras. No. What is it? I can't find it. MG. I don't see MG TSX. Oh, MG.TO. Okay, well, I'm putting in TSX like an idiot. What do you like so much about making videos? I don't know. I mean, I guess the hope it'll eventually catch on, but it's just what I like about the stock market videos is that it kind of forces me to learn more and explain more. So I'm much better at reading financials because of the channel. And I think that's why I got the job, this last job. He seemed to be pretty impressed with my videos. So he was like, I've never seen someone have a YouTube video on their resume. But it definitely, I'm glad it helped. Yeah, I'm sure it helped a lot of people it helped me too. Because it's hard to really thoroughly understand something until you could explain it. Once you could explain it on a really basic level, I think that's when you truly understand. That's why when you see YouTubers and you watch videos and you don't really understand what they're talking about, you still watch it though. It just means they don't understand it that well. At least I feel. Because I watch some people, even people with millions of subs. What's that guy's name? He has a real estate portfolio. Not Kevin. Graham Stephan. Graham Stephan. Like I watch his videos, it's like, and he has like 5 million views, and he posts it like a week later and 5 million views, and I'm like, I didn't learn anything from watching this video. Okay, this is gonna be the big one. We have 2 winners. Okay, 8. That's not good. Small zeros. I was hoping for big zeros. Oh, look at that. $50. Stock Mo. He's good, I think, right? Mo? This would probably be a $100 winner. $100. Look, I broke even. I exactly broke even. That's Alex. That's what I'm thinking. That's because they're in the early stages of development, and soon they're gonna have multiple properties. So that I'm hoping I could start. I'm coming in on the ground floor, and in 5, maybe 5, 7, 8 years, there'll be a pretty big company, and I could probably maybe be a partner and have equity. But that's so exciting to break even. It's like a huge win. You don't realize. Yeah, as long as I could add value, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Do you think that was a good idea to do the scratch offs? Okay, I'm glad. Let me show you the comments from the, not that I get too swayed with comments. The last time I did the scratch off video, well, it was only the second time, I guess. I got 2 thumbs down, which is very rare. Usually I don't even get 1. So this is, wow, degradation of the channel. I like Kevin's response. A little fun is nice. Chill. Okay. Can buy another share. Actually, if I hit 1 million, I could buy another share of BRK, because after taxes, it'll be roughly like 700,000. Yeah, because you get hit pretty hard with taxes on scratch off. So you get actually 1/3 of whatever you win for the big one, the $200 million one. But I think if I won a million, you probably would get about half. I did 1 million, so I can buy another share of BRK. Just like investing in Tesla. I don't know what this meant. I'm surprised, and this usually happens once in a year. Even though I'm not a value DCF guy, I follow this channel for more than 2 years now. As long as you don't start doing yoga on your channel, I'm fine with lottery tickets. I mean, they're acting like, my boss. I'm fine. I'll give you the. I mean, you don't have to, but I cannot resist to mention that my penny stocks are performing better than your. Well, people always want to feel like an authority figure. Like they always want to feel like they're above. So they try to talk like kind of down to people and make themselves appear smarter than they are. You see that all the time on YouTube videos. You also see it on obviously the comments for YouTube videos. So I started putting together a video on Zim. And they've really done well the first quarter. I thought after the decline of Zim, like after that big run up, I thought they were done. But they had a really good quarter. They crushed estimates. The stock's up like it's doubled, right, in the past few months. So I just want to compare it to any stock because I want to see the percentage, and then I'll show percentages. So look, in the past, I don't know what time frame this is. So in the past 2 years, this stock, Zim, is down 67% in the past 2 years. This is Meta, up 145%. But in the past 5 years, if you bought Zim at IPO, you're up 87%. So you're actually not doing that bad. And ironically, if you bought Meta 5 years ago, you're also up 87%. or maybe 85%. I can't tell because they're like overlapping. Because, it IPO'd at a pretty low price, and then it was up 550%. But look, in the past year, ironically, again, Zim and Meta are up 77% in the past year. Meta is it just only goes up pretty much. There's some dips, but generally overall, it goes up. Zim is much more volatile. The lows are much lower. In the past 6 months, though, Meta is up 220%. This stock is 43%. Actually, Zim. Oh no, I was doing it backwards. The blue line is Zim. So Zim is up 222% in 6 months. It tripled in 6 months. Meta is only up 43%. Year to date, Zim up 128%, Meta 32%. In 1 year, they equal each other. In 2 years, yeah, Zim is down in the past 2 years. But look how well Zim has been doing. In the past month, it's up 70%. Okay, but anyways, let's go back to the real stuff. Okay, revenue of $1.56 billion. This is for the first quarter. Net income of $92 million. Adjusted EBITDA of $427 million. So they increased their guidance. They increased their full year 2024 guidance. Adjusted EBITDA 1.1 to 1.5 billion, and they brought back the dividend 23 cents per share. So I guess it depends when you bought it. So 23 cents. So if you annualize that, it's 92, and it's trading at like 22.50. Well, that's not bad. It's a 4% yield. That's not bad at all. But why does it say 1%? Oh, maybe this is dividend for the year. Dividend policy. We declared a 23-cent dividend. I thought this is for the quarter. Oh, this is for the year. Okay, so that's why it's 1%. Okay. So it's 1%. But if they bring back their dividend, no, well, it depends on shipping rates. It seems like shipping rates are going up a lot. But this company acts so much more volatile than other shipping companies. Star Bulk. That's another popular one. Star Bulk Carriers. In 6 months, Zim is up 200%. Star Bulk 28%. Kirby is the biggest marine shipping company. Kirby's up 62% in 6 months. They're all pretty much tracking each other in the past year. But like Zim is down 67% in 2 years. Let's see what. So we're pleased with the current positive momentum. Zim's first quarter illustrates the benefits from our transformation. So this is really what it's about: significant improvement in global freight rates. That's how these companies. That's how their stock price and profits move, is shipping rates. They're hardly correlated to the shipping rates. But even in the past 2 years, Danos is up 15%. Zim 80. Oh no, Kex is Zim is down 67%. Because it's kind of like price and value thing. It was so overvalued, Zim, because people were just gobbling up the stock like crazy. So eventually it had to come down. But in the past year, they're all tracking each other. But for some reason, Zim, you see, these three are tracking each other almost identical. And Zim is way down here, then way up, then down, but it came back. I wish I was better at reading charts. I could have made a lot of money on this stock. I should start focusing on reading charts. So the guidance 2024. And adjusted EBIT. Okay, this is what I want to see. So their new guidance is 1.1 to 1.5 billion. Their old guidance is 850 million to 1.4 billion. That's a big improvement in guidance. They don't have to actually hit these numbers. Well, they do eventually, but even just them saying they raised their guidance, that's why people started buying the stock. Just them saying it. And then if they don't hit it, say it's a few months from now and they don't hit their target, then it'll come crashing down. Of course, but just the announcement. And EBIT, their new EBIT is 0 to 400 million. Their old EBIT is a loss of 300 million to positive 300 million. Look how much their gross profit was 54 million last year. Now it's 223 million. So it went up 4x. Income didn't go up that much, only maybe 10%. But gross profit went up 4x. Operating profit went from negative 13 million to positive 166 million. Can you hear me? It's like suddenly everybody left. Like I had like 10 people, then I just looked at it. Yeah, it was like 2 people. I thought maybe people just tune in. I guess people just tune in for the scratch offs and then wanted to bail once we talked about stock market. No, we can. We cannot. Agav, you're joking. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. it's too hard to keep people entertained. It's I don't think I'll ever figure it out. Okay, revenue went up 10 billion. They're profitable. Positive cash flow, but it's gone down a lot. But they're putting a lot into CapEx. So that's a good sign, right? Magna International. Wait, didn't I do a video on Magna? Magnet. I guess I didn't. I did, but it's not coming up. I wonder why. Maybe I don't have the name and the title. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. It's a manufacturer. They make cars? There's a Canadian. They make parts for cars. Largest companies in Canada. It's the largest automobile parts manufacturer in North America by sales. This is better than making cars. Making the parts for cars is much better. It produces automotive systems for GM, Stellantis, BMW. It's a big company. 158,000. Well, you did your due diligence on my channel. I thought I put the ticker at the end of every title. This is when I used to pay like $20-$30 for someone to do the thumbnails. Aptiv. Okay, it was 47, and I said 62. Did you see that? Look at my. I'm at 61.72, right? You see that, right? And look at the price, 61.66. Come on, Susan Burns. I know somebody. You're not well, obviously you're Susan Burns, but I used to work with Susan Burns. She's a lot older. She's like in her 60s. So you look like younger. That's funny. I thought you were. I mean, come on. You got to give it up to me. That's pretty good. 6 cents off. And this wasn't planned. We didn't. Okay, don't ruin it. Asman, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. It's close enough. So I was at 2.2 billion. Oh, shit. Okay, I was at I estimated free cash flow of 2.2 billion in 2023. Okay, so this is something. This is a good learning point here. When you see a company with you see their free cash flow has gone down from 2 billion to 600 million. So you would automatically think that things are not good with this company, because that's what normally people would think. But if you look at their operating cash flow, it's actually pretty consistent. It was higher in 2020, but it's strong in 2023, 3.1 billion. The reason free cash flow is lower is because of CapEx. Look how much they're investing in 2023. So they're setting themselves up for major growth in the next year or two or three. So that's a good to have inside knowledge before other people see it, because they're kind of setting themselves up for bigger growth in the future. And this is how you identify that. Of course, they have to execute on that. They might be buying a new factory somewhere. So you can see their revenue has gone up, but we should see a bigger surge in revenue because of the massive investment in CapEx. So I did the video way back in 2020, right? So 2020, they came down in the 40s. So they got pretty high. Yeah. The thing is, this is the type of stock that will, there's a good chance it'll trade sideways for the next 15 years. That's probably the most likely scenario. But you do get a dividend, which is nice, 4%. So there's plenty of upside. What are the short swing plays you are looking at? Well, I don't really look at short swing plays, but I'm happy to talk about it. I guess I just don't understand how to identify it. Besides just looking at, I could tell you how a short squeeze happens. This is just the basic principles on short squeezes, and then we could try to back into it. Didn't I have I thought I already made a video. Well, generally a short squeeze, you're looking for low float stocks and high short interest. So this is my guide to shorting a stock. You identify stocks with low float, meaning a small percentage of the shares are trading in the market. Because if you have a million shares publicly traded, and say the CEO owns 500,000, then only 500,000 shares are on float. So there's only 500,000 shares available to trade. So the less shares available, the more volatile it would be. Because could you imagine if there was only like an extreme example, if the CEO or whoever, the executives, owned 900,000 shares and they couldn't sell those shares, they were locked up. So 100,000 shares controls, which is only 10% of the shares outstanding, controls the entire stock price. So yeah, so low float. So the 3 rules to shorting a stock is you identify a stock with low float, with a high short percentage, and then you call 1 million people to buy it and not sell it, hold it. Or, you may not be able to call 1 million people over the weekend, but you just go on Reddit or whatever. You tell 1 million people to buy the stock. I just don't, and also like short interest, it's always so conflicting. Like I see one website with 20%, one website with 10%. Highest short. I don't trust short interest. I didn't know Market Watch. Okay. So SunPower. 39. This is a good example. So SunPower. So stock price, 334. Because I don't always trust these sites. So I just want to do the math myself just to make sure I agree with these numbers. Okay. I kind of trust Yahoo Finance. The only thing Yahoo Finance, I should start paying Yahoo Finance, but the data is a little older. You see, it's as of May 15th. So 175 million shares outstanding, 175 million shares. that's a low float because only 45 million shares are on float. Percent float. So only 26% of the shares are available to trade. 72% are locked up by insiders. So that's good. 120% held by institutions. How could you own more than 100%? Because of people shorting it. So 40 million shares short, and that agrees with MarketWatch. So it's pretty close because according to MarketWatch, okay, that's their float, which I agree with. 45 million float. I got 45 million. Oh, that's from them. Okay. Yeah, I have Facebook and Twitter. I put my Twitter in this video description. It's 88% short. So that's the highest. Is that what you do? That's when you short a stock. That's what you do, right? You look what's the highest percent of float shorted. This is getting close to 100%. So it should be a short squeeze, right? Well, operating income is, well, let's just so if you were looking for a squeeze, it's only really been downhill. I guess this was a squeeze, right? It was 194 in April, and it doubled. But if you bought it back here, you'd be down. Well, operating income includes stock-based compensation. So it's probably mostly stock-based compensation because free cash flow is, operating cash flow minus CapEx. So it operating cash flow removes all the operating cash flow removes the non-cash items. What is it? Operating income was 337 million. Oh, are you talking about for 2020 for the full year? I guess you're talking about the full year, right? $677. Okay, Lander. Oh, thanks for saying that. I really like those videos. I think the best video is if you want to, the live stream, the only bad part about the live stream is it's kind of like, it's not very fluid. I do a lot of stopping and starting, but the best video, because when I tape a video, obviously I edit everything out and make it smooth. The best video, which is similar to that video, is this one. Connecting the financial statements. I think that's my favorite video because that gives you kind of like the whole big picture. And well, the difference is your operating income is an income statement item and free cash flow is a cash flow item. So cash flow removes non-cash expenses. Like, it's probably mostly stock-based compensation, but it could also be. I would show you. I can't really. So you said 337 million of operating income. I don't know. I'm not. Where do you see that? Where do you see 337 million of operating income? 337 million is it on Yahoo Finance. Okay, here we go. Yahoo Finance, 337 million of operating income. Oh, that's for the trailing 12 months. That's why. Yeah, because usually, like operating cash flow is net income converted to cash. So the way you calculate operating cash flow, you start with your net income, which is 296 million because you have to remove taxes from operating income. And then you add back depreciation. You see stock-based compensation. That's the biggest one. It's only 300 million. So that's the difference, stock-based compensation. I mean, there's all the little things here, but it's mainly stock-based compensation. Yeah, I wish I did more day trading too. I just can't make money with it. It just never seems. I mean, it would be great to really to make a lot of money in a short period of time, but it just seems. It seems like there's more luck. Like if I ever, make a lot of money on a swing trade, I think it's just I just got lucky. It's like NVIDIA. If you just put money in NVIDIA any time the past year or two, you would have made a ton of money. But how would you have known? You could say that about any stock. You could say that about Etsy. But it's gone down, so. $162 million. It's a small semiconductor company. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do penny stocks is to look on Reddit. But now it's gotten so kind of like saturated. Pixworks 797. Really small company. revenue is down 70 million to 60 million to 66 million. Well, their revenue is equal to their market cap. It went public so it went public in 2000. Look how well it did initially. It went up to like 150. Oh, this is the .com boom. This is during the .com. So it shot up, but it's not a .com Pixelworks. And look it was almost like 140 at its peak. And now it's $1. So it's down like 99%. Wow. It's amazing that they're still in business. Let's see. It develops and markets semiconductors and cinema markets. Okay, so it's for movie theaters. The analysts are so the free cash flow is projected to be negative over the next 3 years. Revenue 76 million. Their revenue really hasn't done. It was 50 million in 2013. It did get up to 80 million. They're debt free. That's good. They have a really good balance sheet. The CEO makes $440,000. This looks like a great swing trade. Look at the insiders. They're all selling. And they're selling at like $1 level, like 130. Well, they sold at 265, so that was a little better in the beginning of the year. So there's zero faith in the company. I mean, that's the CEO, Todd DeBonis. I guess that's his brother. I don't know. So these people are selling 5,000 shares at $1.15. you can't even. That's probably like her rent for the month. She could pay rent. So they're just trying to get rid of him. 65. It almost seems like a fake company, right? Like I'm sure it's legit, but it just seems like a made up company. Like how does a company? I mean, it's been It's been 27 years. And they're, well, definitely in the last 4 years, they're bleeding cash. So how do you stay in business 27 years and not make any money? Like, where's the money coming from? Lamar, you love me, Lamar? Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, you love everybody. Okay. I read it as Lamar loves you. Foxo. $4 million? We could buy this company. If everybody on this stream now, all 12 of us, we just scrounge up our money, we can buy the company. Wow, look at it. It went up 40%. 4 employees in Minnesota. $120,000 of revenue. So historically, they have less than $1 million of revenue. Obviously, they're losing a lot of cash. 20+ million. Wait, what do they do? Health information? Like, how do you stay in business? They did a 1 for 10 in 2023. A 42 RSI, so it's a buy indicator. Look at all that buy activity. Wow. Well, it didn't go up that percent-wise. It only went up like 30%. It's not like it. So it was $3. It was actually $30. Then they did a 1 for 10 reverse. It IPO'd at 40. Now it's 50 cents. I thought Pixelworks was bad. Look at Foxo. That's really bad. This is the kind of company you want to look on LinkedIn. Are there people actually working at this company? Is it a real company? Okay, it's insurance tech. I guess their technology is for insurance companies. A next generation underwriting protocol and consumer engagement platform. We also offer leading supervised machine learning and AI technologies to identify epigenetic epigenetic biomarkers that measure current states of health and aging. Epigenetics, study of heritable traits or stable change. No, I know Susan Burns from New York City. But that must be a common name because Susan is a pretty common, well, it's a somewhat common name. It was more common like 50 years ago, and Burns is pretty common too. So I guess it's not like you have a name like, so I bet you there's other names on here that are so unique. Maybe not. Like Ariana Layden. Like how many Ariana Laydens could there be in the world? Oh, actually, Ariana is kind of. It's probably just as it's probably more common than Susan now. Like Susan would have been much more common, 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay, so Foxogenetic. So Foxo, it has 10 million shares outstanding. Half of those shares are on float. 3% shorted. It looks like people keep picking penny stocks, but I guess if a penny stock had good fundamentals, it wouldn't be a penny stock. So I guess they're all gonna have bad financials. I guess we're just looking for so if you go with the RSI right now, it's overbought. So it's a sell. It's too high. You want an RSI closer to 40 before you buy it, because obviously you definitely don't want to buy it now. But RSI was RVNC stock is a good one. $300 million. That's why I said don't buy anything under $1 billion. It's so risky. Well, this looks pretty good. They're $300 million. They have a lot of revenue. Look at that. Look at that RSI 36. That's a buy. That's a screaming buy. This looks like an EKG, right? The up and downs. Well, this should give you faith. This is like, because you see it goes up, then down, up, then down. So this indicates there's a lot of movement. And the down, it totally smashed that resistance point down here because it never fell past 10, below 10. That was the resistance point in 2019. It almost hit 10. And it got as low as 13 in 2022. So it's really, this is a screaming buy, right? This is a good one. I mean, I wouldn't put any money into it, but it looks good. RVNC. And look at that revenue. It doubled. It doubles every year. Well, they're losing a ton of money. Wow. How could you go from... Oh. Like, how do you lose so much money? They said they will lower price on their drugs, so now the streets can't value it. So they have 52 billion of revenue, but their operating expenses are double that, about 100 million. Okay, at least it's marketing. Their gross profit is positive, but they spend a lot of money in marketing. Why do they spend so much on marketing? Most companies is stock-based compensation, but their operating income was also negative, so it couldn't have been stock-based compensation. The cost of sales and marketing activities and sales force compensation related to our products. Sales force compensation. Oh, they have to pay their salespeople. Personnel and professional service costs in our finance. Increase primarily due to increase in sales and marketing activities for our products, including... It's like they sell a product for $1 and they give the salesperson $1.50. It's like they lose money on every sale, but they make it up in volume. Like, how do you they're like, there's no hope for this company because they have to pay the salespeople to sell the drugs, and they're paying them more than their revenue. So that they can't make money. Revance Therapeutics. How do people run companies like this? I've consulted for companies that lose money, and I guess I tell them, like, they're like, why do we lose so much money? Why do we have to keep raising money? And I show them all the expenses that are eating up, but they don't do anything about it. They won't change anything. I said, you can't have this massive team of people because you're never going to be profitable. But I've noticed, like, if a company's struggling financially, or if they're doing well financially, they won't change anything. People won't change. They don't listen. They like to do things the way they do it. You try to give them suggestions. The only time they do change is if it takes them many, many years, and eventually they'll change on their own. But they won't listen to anybody else. Yeah, it's pretty poorly run company. No longer forecast a break even. the 11 analysts covering Revance no longer expect the company to break even during the foreseeable future. You can't break even, because if you pay your salespeople 100% of the revenue from the sale, you can't make money. Like if you sell a product for $100 and you need salespeople out there selling it for you, you can't pay them maybe $20, $30, but you can't pay them like $80, $90. You know, you have to make the product. The company was expected to make a profit of $11 million in 2026. Now, new consensus forecast suggests the company will make a loss of $19 million in 2026. Well, EV companies don't make money. They just get support by the government and like tax credits. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I guess you learn a lot from looking at crappy companies. Okay, well, it's been almost 3 hours. So yeah, thanks for joining. We broke even on our scratch offs, which was nice. I'm doing a live on Victor's channel tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, he wants to talk about looking for stocks to short. I think that's his focus. So yeah, they won't be around for that much longer, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, thanks for joining. I'll see you later or tomorrow.